Shimkets Booty Sweat. My name is Shimmy and I'm also Mark Shimkets. If you can't tell, I don't work out that often. But when I do, there's booty sweat involved and that can be yours for $49.95. I can deliver it to you myself. Tens of women have experienced this before. Tens of women will again. You get to be among that group. I will deliver it to you. You can lick it off yourself. I'll walk there to produce it. If you want to hear more, listen to Smoked Out Shout Out Podcast.
Make sure I get my appearance together because I know.
Let's go. 6:30 is how I should probably
check everything. That was ready? Yep. Hey, episode 77.
77.
Take your ass to heaven.
77.
Episode 77. Episode 77. We back again on a Tuesday with my homie. Yeah, he chilling the bin. This the spot, the trap, whatever you want to call it. We be drinking and smoking, damn near alcoholics.
You check that little inner ghost.
That was it. That was it. 77 episodes. You only get bars out of me every 15 episodes. I see you. Where was you at?
Oh man, I was feeling it.
Oh, my fault. I appreciate it.
I was about to come in.
That was my intro. You know what I'm saying?
You know what we coming in?
What?
We live.
At the one live.
NPC?
Motherfucker, and who are we?
Smoked out.
Shot the
fuck out.
Episode 77. We ain't back in the building. What's up with it, fellas? What's going on with it? Another day, another week.
Another day, another week. Let me take the shades off.
Hey man, shout out to Beaver Falls, even though the Beaver didn't fall. You feel me?
Nope.
Shout out to Johnstown this weekend, man. Y'all put on for us, literally.
Beaver Falls, we got to talk because, man, when we was riding up there, we seen some wild, freaky,
we
shit.
seen
Like,
some
what
other shit.
What was that store?
The human nature.
Human
No,
nature.
human retail.
Human
I remember
retail.
that.
Yeah, human retail.
I
Store
didn't-
shit. Human retail. Come inside.
Adult Mart.
What? Adult
Human
Mart.
retail.
But it wasn't. It was
Bypass
it was
Wish.com.
CUM,
Yeah.
not CUM. It was CUM.
He wouldn't know. He was asleep.
I seen that one. It didn't close.
He is the most ignorant
Yes, I don't
ride
know
person ever.
What type of freak shit y'all going up there, but
Man, shout out to Johnstown. Y'all held us down, man. We went up there and did our thing. Shout out to
the
Gino.
ladies.
Shout out to Gino. Shout out to the ladies. Shout out
I'm
to
no longer the big ugly. I'm the big handsome.
Big handsome.
For the
We
ladies.
went out there and did the food though.
Jim,
Man.
Chris, and Tab, what up, y'all?
Well, shit, coming off that weekend, man. How was y'all's Tuesday? How's the, you know what I mean?
Man,
What's the week doing for you?
It was,
Besides the real shit, let's get
bro,
to the
it
other
was,
shit.
man, it was tough. Like, man, today, brought out my Nintendo. Playing Punch Out.
Woo! Ding, ding, ding.
Got my ass whooped by King Hippo. Come to the podcast. I get bars. from King Hippo. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on today?
I didn't say nothing.
What's going on today?
I am officially retired from you today, my friend. I'm done.
So
You
now
said I won't like it?
it's gonna get
I
pushed
didn't like
on me.
it.
It's gonna
I
get
didn't
pushed
like
on me.
What's up with your week, D?
Y'all, man, y'all did a phenomenal job in Johnstown.
Let's
It
clap
was-
it over.
I mean, we put on, man. We always put on. Even though D did an hour and 45 fucking minutes.
It was an hour.
This is damn sure an hour.
It was your comedy special part 1, 2,
Yeah,
and 3.
yeah.
Hey, man, when you got a lot of, you ain't touched the mic in a few while.
Yeah, but you respect to
That's
wrap it
not-
up.
that's
I thought
as
that's
smart as
deep.
As smart as you are, that do not fit in a sentence. A few wows.
I said, what?
You said a few wows. I got a GED and I know that shit ain't shit, bro.
I said a few while.
You definitely said a few while. You were like, you ain't been on the stage in a few whiles.
Yeah, a few while.
I meant in a while, in a good while. God.
No, you didn't say it. Remember, he tried to go to war with anyway. You know what I'm saying? My week was cool too. I came off a nice high weekend. It was awesome. I got to watch WrestleMania with my son Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Steve Stone Cold on Saturday. He got down and shit.
And shout out to Pat McAfee for whooping that.
Shout out to Pat McAfee, Pittsburgh's own. He held it down too. Shot the shit out of me.
Some J's.
And some J's. And some Jordan 11. I said, well, goddamn, anything anybody from Pittsburgh do is amazing. I tell you that much. That shit was dope. But yeah, you know, the week is good. You know, work. But we got company today. We got good company, man. We got
dope up and comer.
That's, you know what I'm saying? Fat, you know what I mean? Like, on the run, when I seen him, I said, we got to get him on the podcast. Before I even asked him what his name was, like, say, hey, you get you on the podcast. Yeah, I don't even know you. It's like, we can find out. Then Luke was like, I know him. And I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, Luke know you. But no,
our first adult actor on the podcast today. Introduce yourself.
I'm Mark Shimkets.
mm-hmm.
I took a vibrator in the ass on the play once.
Sheesh.
I acted it. It didn't actually happen. I can't imagine what that would be like. My mom watched. That was weird. That was an interesting experience.
So it's only up from there, man.
It's
That's what I'm saying. I can't disappoint my parents any more than that. I would say that's if they're riding with me through that, they all
They're in. Your mom, dad, your riders. Just want to let you know.
I'm doing comedy. Like, thank God, quit that acting shit.
Y'all are literally down for all types of shit.
Did they give you a good job? You just drink, son. You drink. No, Mom.
No, that's awesome, man.
So, yeah.
Appreciate you pulling up. Definitely
Appreciate you for having me. This is fun.
You know what I mean?
So let's
Let's go and get into it. We got a lot of strange, range questions. It's going to come from left field, right field. It might be hit by Barry Bonds. It might be hit by somebody not on steroids. You never know. You know what I'm saying? So the shit just going to, but no.
we want to start simple.
Yeah, we're going to definitely start simple. Let's just.
So how long ago did you start doing comedy?
Every day, about a year.
That was a good inhale. Did you see that inhale? Pause. Did you see that inhale? That was a good inhale right there. Go ahead. My fault. I'm going to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're good. Every day, about a year. I did it a little bit in college before I got into acting and stuff. But as soon as I got into acting, I went really hard into that.
Where'd you go to school at?
A place called Allegheny College up in Meadville, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. They used to sell cocaine up there.
Wow. Hell yeah.
Go Gators.
Go Gators.
What are we doing here?
Anytime Loke said, yeah, I used to be up there, it got to do with drugs.
Drug related.
Always drug
I thought I
related.
recognized him when I saw it now.
Yeah, he was a lot skinnier back then.
Actually, that's true. I was like, I'm over 400 pounds right now.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I am. It's crazy.
How much you weigh?
I don't know. The scale stopped counting after 400, so I'm like, I walk out.
He almost wanted to say, you too.
No. For the record,
No, you want a proper scale, we'll give you a reference.
Yeah. My fault, you 397, huh?
no, I'm 408.
Oh, hell yeah. Good for you.
That was
man.
my project building number.
You and me could not ride an elevator.
You know what?
That was the mind weight.
What a tag team, bro.
By chance, I do got to get on an elevator. It's only one of the few times I'd be scared as shit. Like,
Put one more in the chamber. That's 7.
That's a fact. But no, what I want to know is where from the beginning, where did the comedy come from? What was it when you were a young kid going into a teenager that was like, I like the entertainment field.
Yeah, so I never really got. So I've always been like a nerd, my brain power doing math and shit.
Comedians are nerds in some form of a way.
I feel like most comedians are very intelligent people on one way or another. I mean, like the way we measure intelligence in the world today is kind of bullshit with school and all that stuff. But like, what makes you?
man, let's just keep it real. Everybody dumb as fuck nowadays.
Yeah, no, but it's like, yeah.
I didn't want to say
I hate to say it, but I'm gonna
but
say it.
I agree. My little cousin know more about Gucci belts than he do Paw Patrol. He's 6. It's fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
What the
It's real.
Wait, he knows more about belts than Paw Patrol.
Man, that motherfucker will be on your iPad at your house waiting for fucking Saks Fifth to open up, waiting on the sale.
Motherfuckers will ask Facebook a question without asking Google.
Yep.
It's called common sense.
That's
Yeah, it definitely is. It's that same amount of time you took to type that question out. You had to answer.
You know why? Because you know what they'll say? Well, that board says search engine.
Hey, make it no better, bro.
Hey, that's how I be though.
All right, so.
But yeah, so
That's how I be.
growing up, I think I had a weird childhood from the standpoint I went to a school where there were 18 kids from kindergarten to 8th grade. So, and I was fat and they all made fun of me for that. So I had to wrap my head around, okay, how do I figure out these people enough to get them to laugh so that they like me? And then I did that, and I went to high school and got thrown in the bottom of the barrel classes because no one knew who I was in the system. And I was like, I learned all this years ago. And I moved up through the school and got to see every part of Brashear High School, each of the levels. And so I like got to meet all kinds of people. And I think that's like where comedy comes from for me, is like I trained the skill of how do I get people to like me through laughter, I guess. And then unintentionally, by the way, I don't think I did this. Yeah, but then
It's all natural.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess it was a lot of trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
Like I was definitely that kid. Like there was a video. Oh man, I don't know if I should quote this, but there's this video of me and I was a kid. My brothers, they would ride like BMX and stuff, and there's a video of me doing the truffle shuffle on a table, and the song is like super funny, and the cross the screen says, "Do you like R words? I like R words," and then I start dancing, and they had it on YouTube for years. My mom was like, "Take that shit down." I said, "All right, fine," but yeah, like I would just
Took it down?
Yeah, they took it down. It's somewhere. I need to find it. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, that sounds like a classic moment.
It's a byproduct of that. Yeah.
Definitely.
So you said, going backtrack a little bit, you went to college, Allegheny College.
Yeah.
What was your major in?
Computer science.
Okay, you graduate?
Yeah.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We're going to clap that up.
Barely, but we got there.
Hey, ain't too many graduates across this table, I'm going to tell you that much.
Damn.
I'm just saying.
I'm trying to get back with I'm trying to get back with
I'm fucking with you.
Hey, we respect knowledge, man.
We respect,
Yeah.
Knowledge is respectful. I love brains every day.
But college is when I actually did stand up for the first time, because I was going to a dining hall with a buddy of mine, and I looked at him and I was like, I always want to do stand up comedy. He's like, why don't you? I'm like, you're right, I'm a bitch. So that, so
I was so confident at the time, huh?
That worked. That'll get any man going.
Where was the first place you did stand up?
I invited a bunch of people to my house and made a poster called 10 Minutes of Existing, and I wrote stupid reviews. It was like, this was over before it came painful to watch by Jacked Off. And like stupid shit like that.
You were a visionary before.
Yeah, sure, dude.
A lot of people might have stolen that. There's people that, you know what I mean? You should have packed that idea. That's the smart one, though. Invite people over and just talk your shit.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
They were all drunk, so it went well. And then,
It sounded funny. That's how we met. Not at your spot, but that's how we met, dude. That's wild.
Funny.
Did he slip you, Mickey?
unfortunately, no.
Okay. So, inspirations.
Oh, I'm delusional. So, like, I don't know. I like to think that can be the best comedian of all time, and that I'm an anomaly, because there's no point in not thinking that way to a degree.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's
And so,
totally
like,
a fact.
Yeah, I just want everyone to thrive, because like this industry specifically, people fucking see like, oh man, fuck them, they're doing this, or take that from me, or whatever. And it's like, there's so many people. I worked on the Improv as a door guy. Probably shouldn't say that. Whatever. I worked on the Improv as a door guy, and but there's very rarely do I see the same people. So every weekend,
you mean comedians or
no people, like actual people.
Okay,
So
yeah.
there's so many people in Pittsburgh that watch comedy, that enjoy comedy, that I've never seen, and there's 2,000 every week, or like something.
That's true.
Yeah, so
you
it's
don't
like,
expect yourself to be like, "Hey, what's up, Martha?" Hey,
Yeah,
there's
there's-
to see somebody.
No
finite few. So it's like there's so many people out there. People come through and sell arenas out. Like people want to see stand up here if they're showing that stand up's good. And I think there's not a ton of cohesive units of being like, this
Right.
is quality
Right.
stand up. Like there's
Right.
some that are out there, like Steel City Comedy Tour, like that works. Yeah, Steel City Comedy Tour is like built a thing, like Slapsticks Comedy Club.
Johnny Lee?
No, yeah, it's run by a guy named Chuck. Good dude. Yeah, Chuck Krieger.
Shout out Chuck.
Yeah, I've only talked to him like once or twice. He's like a great dude.
Shout out to Chuck.
Shout out Chuck.
You need to get on the line, Chuck. Holla at you, Chuck.
Yeah, that's Chuck. Fuck with us,
Chuck,
Chuck.
yeah, fuck with us, Chuck. We are a brand. We could, you know what I'm saying? We can make some shit shake.
You know what I mean?
Just like you can make some shit shake. Make some shit shake. You can make some shit.
Old as fuck.
Make some shit shake.
Damn.
Like, he got the sugars.
I'm not going to rip no more. I said I was done.
All right.
I'm retired. Okay.
All right.
All right.
It's taken a lot for me not to. Like I just.
Yeah.
This gonna
No,
talk
no,
shit.
no.
We talk shit.
No, I know, it's fun.
I'm not going to do this with Great Bait today. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not doing this today.
say you flirt.
Anyway, I'd be mad too if my draws was a 46.
I'm always catching this shit.
You started.
I learned this in 4th grade. You got to fight back, dude.
Yes. It's always what?
Yeah.
Y'all remember Mr. Gordon from Sesame Street?
So, you watch a lot of stand up?
Yes, I do now. I watched very little going into it, but
That's what I meant to ask you. So you didn't really. That's why you say you're like an anomaly. Like,
no, I mean that's such a shitty statement. I hate that I even said it aloud. That's so disgusting.
Yeah,
But
you set yourself up.
it's documented. Bro.
no, I know it sucks. We're out here.
Big
But,
yourself. Can't nobody big you up more than you.
yeah. So, I'm not good enough yet. One day, but I used to really enjoy some guy named I think it's Dan Cummins. I enjoyed him when I was younger, and he still does it. His new special seems really good. A lot of things I'll watch and then I won't get it the first time. But yeah, I've been watching a ton since. I used to watch that. I went and saw, the only comedian I ever saw live prior to being interested in stand-up is Bo Burnham. That dude. I don't even really consider it, he's kind of a comedian. He builds like a comedy show,
Right.
but it's like very, like he would have panic.
like
You know that?
Yeah.
He'd have panic attacks on stage. Yeah, Bo Burnham would have panic attacks on stage, and but it wouldn't. You could never tell an audience member because the show is so dialed to a T.
Right.
The more he points and the sound goes off or whatever. So it's like so weird that you can just build
It's
it
like
back
theater.
that way.
It's like theater. It's like
Yeah, that's what I'm
comedy
saying. So
theater.
it's like it's different than comedy because I feel like comedy is a mix of that, but also like we got a room. These are people. We all have lives, and we're gonna just be
Right.
here vibing in the
Right.
best way we can
Right.
tonight. So I feel like there's a lot of value in that as well. But yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I just seen Corey Holcomb recently. I think last month.
Amazing.
Knocked me on my ass. That shit was hilarious. man.
Wild.
That shit was hilarious. I can't lie. That shit was it was on the fly. It was lucky I decided to say, yeah, I'll go. And it was definitely what I should have did. That motherfucker is crazy.
Well, that's where, working out in the improv as a door guy, I've learned so much from comedy because I just got to watch every
right.
single stand-up that comes through every weekend at least once. And it's like someone comes through because they can sell tickets versus someone comes through because they can do stand-up, and if they don't sell tickets, it's really fascinating.
Right.
There's not a direct correlation to it all. But, man, I've learned, that's my problem is, that's why I hate myself so much, I think, in regards to my stand-up, because they're the guys I'm like, I need to be on par with that to be allowed in this world. And then I think I've gotten opportunities to do 5 minutes or 10 minutes when I really only have 5 that would be good enough if I was going to do a club or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to respect that aspect to it. But my goal is just try to be as functional in many situations as possible.
Since you were saying you were working down the improv, you know what I'm saying?
As a door guy, I'm not
I didn't want to give you, you know what I'm saying?
a door guy. No.
Have
I'm help.
If you need free tickets,
if you need free tickets. Have you ever seen anybody bomb down the improv?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Not bomb to where it's or just like a
Yeah. No, I would. That's why I'd say I definitely say so. It's interesting. Very rarely. What's weird is that dudes will come through with a niche if they're politically left or politically right, and they'll walk the opposite side of people that are there. So, but there's still a bunch of people that are like, yeah, it's all right, hold up. This is being funny. But yeah. So I mean, I've seen hosts or features not do well and bring the room down or not set the room up type of thing. Yeah. And then see, because what's cool is you'll see someone do the same thing 12 times.
12
Yeah, 7 or whatever it is. And so it's if you see how certain situations go down, you can see what changes. Some dudes literally don't change anything. Some dudes are completely in the moment, dropping it around. Ali Sadiq, one of the best comics that are alive right now, hands down, no fucking contest. He did a new hour every single show for 8 shows straight.
That's dope.
And murdered it. Just did well the whole time. It was crazy.
For you to say that, that's something I tell a lot of comedians and shit when they do feel as if they bomb. It's like you say, you see somebody do a set 7 to 15 times on a weekend and shit. The crowd response ain't the same.
Yeah.
All 7 to 15 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's dependent on the crowd.
What's crazy is when they are. which is nuts.
That's
dude.
when you know they get it.
Tony Rock is the best comedian ever. Like one of the I've never seen someone murder harder in person than Tony Rock.
I think he's funnier than his brother.
He's so fucking funny, dude.
I heard say
He's
that.
so funny. He might be, dude. Dude, it's nuts. He sets up a premise with logic and words, and then executes it with physical actions, and then only does physical actions and no sound, and murders the entire time with all the different like ways it applies to people. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
I've heard
nuts.
his.
I can't say that 'cause, I mean,
I want to see. I definitely want to see Chris
to
Rock
me,
a bit.
Chris Rock is my goat. Like I'm gonna keep it real because he do not tell jokes. He keep it real. He tell his
real.
perspective. He tells his perspective, and the way his view of it is 100%. Like I cannot disagree with none of the shit he's saying. There's no jokes. Like never scared. What's his name? Never scared. I'm trying to think of the one he did after that. The one he did in 3 cities. Not Bigger and Blacker too.
That was in Johannesburg.
Yeah,
He
the
did
one,
it, UK and
in New York.
yeah.
But I forget the name of it. Those 3, Bigger Blacker, Never Scared.
And that other one, I can't remember what it is.
Nope. Like, and the subject he talked about and shit too, like I say, he really don't have no punchline. He's telling the truth. Like he's telling it like.
And I think that's what the best stand-up is.
Yeah,
It's like is to having because again, you're in there with a room full of people, so you're speaking the truth of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's some people that it doesn't relate to, which is also fun to watch. People are like, "What? What are shit?"
I used to when I first started, I used to be frustrated because I always would try to make the people that couldn't relate laugh after a while, and it's like you just got to understand, like it ain't. They'll get it later, or they might not just get it. Like you know what I'm saying. And then there's the other people that will be dying at your shit, and I'll be like, all right, well, if you thought it was that funny, this is just me on stage, just as I'm looking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, why ain't they think that shit is funny? You know what I'm saying? But so did I offend you, or you know what I'm saying, or so, or what? So now I need to know: do I need to fuck with you, or do you know what I'm saying? Or but that's definitely one thing that like I try to key in, and I when I talk, because a lot of my jokes are like based off stories. Y'all know how I go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's almost, you know what I mean, telling the story for real. So I just like to find a person I can key in, I can talk to in the audience, to where I could keep. Because if I stare at the light, my mind will start thinking about some whole other shit. I'll go up there and do the shit that I didn't even plan on doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm the king of that. Low key. Like,
I gotta keep myself, when I'm on the stage, I gotta keep myself centered and keep myself moving.
Yeah.
Because if I wander off, I'll keep wandering.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like, it'll be funny, but
that's cool.
all the shit though, like I'm the king of that. The whole ride up to Johnstown, I'm thinking, I'm telling all my crack jokes. I'm bringing all the crack jokes out and shit.
You didn't tell one crack joke.
Didn't
I
tell
swear. You know, that's crazy.
I would be back like this.
You talked about Netflix. You talked about
even when you set me up. When you was talking about, I mean, you know, my partner got fell in it.
Yeah.
I said, yo, all right, I'm gonna bring the cocaine jokes out. And I just went.
I was in the back like, oh, he is on the straight path now.
My crack jokes, like,
he said, no, that's crazy. Now that I think about it, I think back at that night, he definitely didn't say no crack jokes.
Yeah. And
you talked about yourself.
Like, I'm one of the few comedians that can get away. Like, I ain't gonna say get away with it, but it's me. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so like, that's what I was about to bring to my next question and shit. So, how much of your comedy is a reflection of your life?
I would say all of it is based in reality. Like, yeah, like it's really interesting. And some things just write jokes. Like, I have a new joke about blue balling women, and it's like you just set. It's weird because it's a new skill I'm trying to train, where it's just I set it up and then say the punchline and wait. And just wait, and then like smile or whatever, and then the room just starts like ramping it up, and it's just that there's so little words for laughter. It's super weird. It's the first thing I've ever written like that, but it's all based on a reality that like I went to some girl's place at midnight, and we were hanging out with like whatever, and I didn't make a move on her and left at 4 a.m.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like I'm an idiot. Like I'm just oblivious to bullshit, and it's a lot of aspects of the world. And so like, yeah, so I'm learning that lesson as a human along the way, but that was a joke that came out of it, and like that kind of thing.
You don't hold nothing back. You put it all out.
I don't think I did. So I've done ayahuasca and like psychedelics and stuff like that.
Okay.
Are you familiar with ayahuasca?
I've heard of it. No.
Yeah.
You want to break that down? We black.
All right, cool. I got you. So here, I'll tell you the shit that like you should know about ayahuasca that's crazy to me. So ayahuasca is this plant that people use in ceremonies. The way that the original tribe claimed that they got this plant is they were hanging out and they talked to the trees and they were like, "Hey, go get this plant." And so they were like, "All right, trees," and they went and got a plant. And then they boiled it, drank it, and they were like, "Yo, trees, nothing's happening." And then the trees are like, "Okay, go get this other plant, boil them together, and then drink it." And then they boiled it together, and they're like, "Oh, trees, now we can have sex with you now because we can be communicating fully." Like, it's like they were going crazy. Yeah. Because, like, that's what psychedelics is, I think. It just opens up human capability to understand.
I would never.
Psychedelics just give you a reason to fuck shit you should.
I just figured it out. First, I went to shrooms.
I'm over here like, what?
Shrooms, a good summer day. Shrooms you'll have the best day of your life on
Billy girl.
Oh my god!
Fuck that part.
Because I licked her ass first.
Dude, it's on a trip. Have you guys ever wanted to fuck on shrooms? Have you had taken shrooms?
I never took shrooms.
No.
Okay.
I've taken shrooms. I never fucked on them.
I never wanted to fuck. Women do.
It's
Some
a good
women are
time.
like, "Oh shit."
I just want to put the window down and drive the car and let the music play. Like, it's such a great experience.
Yeah.
My senior year in high school, the first part, like in this fall, I did it. Never fucking do it again for homecoming.
What, the mushrooms on your pizza?
No, like, fuck you, applehead son of a bitch. No,
My fault, go ahead.
picklehead
My
fucker.
fault, go ahead. My fault.
No.
My fault, go ahead, man. Come on, go ahead. Go ahead. First, throw fire back. Come on, go ahead.
Yeah, I ate them with Skittles because they definitely taste like shit.
It definitely tastes like
Because they're
shit.
from shit. But
We was trying to leave that part out for the people that might want to experience. Well, you get the chocolate bars. Chocolate bars?
But
Shit. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I was hanging on the hood of somebody's car
Trying to hype it up.
when that shit happened. Never did it again.
Real. Only thing I did outside of weed was ecstasy and Molly and shit. And it was like kind of cool back then and shit. Niggas did proud on it, but niggas did this shit.
Man, they used to put
I did Molly once, and that was the worst. I was like, wow, this shit, like, ever be like.
I'm scared.
I'm not going to lie. Since we're playing confessionals, I did ecstasy one time in my life.
Nice.
It was the greatest fucking night of. I didn't go to sleep. I was up all night. I went to work 7 in the morning the next day. Worked. By the time I hit about 3 o'clock though, it got a little shitty. I still didn't have no appetite. No, actually I did have a hairline.
Oh, no.
Motherfucker, fuck you.
I seen him with his hair back in the day. He definitely looked like Cousin Skeeter. So, are you in any new episodes?
Hold up, where you do that? Because I did have one more trip. I had one more crazy trip. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy because it happened. The first jail I went to was the Crawford County Jail. So you know where that is. And they had me take these things called triple C's. I guess they some like pills, some like cough medicine shit. Like, you know what I mean? So
He was on that shit Rick Ross was on.
bro, I was on some shit that had me feeling like the room was leaning like this and shit. Like, then we in jail, so I'm nervous as fuck.
Yeah, I couldn't be that high in jail, man. That's why I see people be like, you can smoke weed in jail. I'm like, I don't
They
want
talk
to
me into
be
it.
high in jail for real. Like,
No, that'll be.
can't get a good breath of air, like, at all.
Dude said, man, you're like one of the hardest dudes on the pod. You scared to take these? I said,
I'd have been like, sir, please don't put jail peer pressure on me like that. Penitentiary pressure. I don't need penitentiary pressure.
Because like they was taking like 11 pills and shit like that. I took like 4.
You was with the
Oh,
real
I was-
druggies.
Oh man, yeah.
The druggies are the druggies.
I took 4 and that was the worst night of my life. Like,
That's why you was the hardest on the pod. Everybody else was on drugs.
Damn.
That's a fact. I'm not gonna argue that because I'm light skinned. So
That's fucked up.
all right, your year been, and we've seen it. Your year have been very, in my opinion, progressive.
Productive. I've seen
Productive.
you. I keep every time I be on social media, on Facebook or something, I see a flyer with your face on it. I'm like, who is this pokey head motherfucker on the flyer? I'm like, who is he? The look was like, that's my man.
But
I was like, oh, all right.
I was gonna go back to what we was talking about earlier. The first time we met at Joey's place. And
Yeah.
shit, you know, I gave you a little advice.
Hell yeah.
You took it. You know, you went to you stepped your game up. You know what I mean? He was in the finals with us. This was 3 of the finalists right here. Oh, we gotta get Chrissy over those. That was the 4.
Well, fuck y'all. I would have been in the final. I would have been the finalist if D didn't take 29 motherfucking minutes on this shit. You know, that's the second time you took a long time on microphone. It's all right, though. We'll talk about it off camera.
But yeah, that's great. That's
no hair there.
Hey, Janelle and Chrissy.
Yep.
Janelle was the finalist.
Yep. Shout out.
Oh, you talk? No, I'm thinking about
Jimmy
too. Improv. Yeah, he came in like, yeah.
I was me, you.
Jimmy wasn't put up, but I think he won one of the
Fucking
leagues.
hilarious.
Yeah, Jimmy's amazing. I love
Shout out Jimmy Gels.
Jimmy's a fucking man. We're getting. I don't know if you guys. We have like the underground. I don't know if you guys. I don't know. I think you came through once.
No, I came to Izzy's.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we
I've
run
been meaning to come to his. I told him I'm gonna pull up to it.
Oh yeah, we were running this place called the Underground. It's just like in a basement in Wilkinsburg, and we built like a little stage. I got equipment for audio, and we just like we gave out. Yeah, it's just like people come hang out, and we just hang out there every Sunday. That's some real degenerate stuff. Go hang out on Sunday, but we just like start comedy at like 9, and then just hang out till midnight, and that was cool. Right. That was because that was a place that was dedicated for just comedy. And so I think we're getting another building in like the next year or so. We'll be able to like full send it again.
Yeah, Jimmy told me to pull up. Sam told me to pull up one time before too.
That was like my favorite room. I'm definitely biased because I hosted it, but my new favorite room is the 565 room on Thursdays. That place is just it's in the basement. It's in 565 Speakeasy and Stage in Bellevue, and that's like it's a small tight room in the basement. There's a bar in the back. And you just kind of...
I got bad luck in Bellevue. Like, I've been there like 4 times.
I lost in Bellevue Friday.
Yeah.
It's a weird spot. It's a real weird... There's some weird one-way streets. And
I was driving on the north side. Then I was like, where the fuck am I at? And the sign said Bellevue. I said, how the fuck did I get to Bellevue? I don't know how I did the shit. Somehow, some way. Driving like I mean, you know how you ever do that? Be driving and be like, oh, I found my way back. And it started to get way worse. And you be like... All right, let me cut this GPS on before I fuck around and be somewhere else.
Yeah, he was somewhere else Friday. Fucking scary as hell. There's some shit from Mississippi burning.
And all that freaky deaky shit popped up in his
shit. This nigga keep talking about the car ride like he was awake. He was fucking snoring.
He was snoring like a motherfucker. 2 minutes in.
This motherfucker woke up at the end of both rides. So I'm home? Yeah, that ride was crazy. Yeah, I bet it was.
But you took your shoes off, you just
Nah, but I did, but my pants paused.
Too far.
Okay, the last 2 I just got off of work. Went to the crib, got changed and all that junk. And left right out. So excuse me for being tired on a Saturday.
Sorry, Dr. Robotnik, you're cool.
Oh, wow. Damn. So you know how you said I appreciated your advice that one time. I try to take it. No, like truly though, like I think that's the thing that I'm like with the psychedelics I brought up or whatever. I use all that shit to try to make me better. And so like advice, things around me, I really true appreciate all of it that's given because I learned so much because we all go out there and make mistakes in life. Yeah. And some mistakes you could tell me not to make. I gotta go do them to learn them. But a lot of them I can probably infer after.
Because like I said, when I told you and about 4 other comedians at the same time, go down to this room, the opportunity.
Yeah.
And you're the only one that showed up, you know what I mean? So.
Like I said, there's nothing wrong with taking advice. I wouldn't be doing comedy or sitting at this podcast table if it wasn't for both of these motherfuckers. So,
you're in the game, you want to be a student first, man. Like,
I'm for it. I love stand-up. Like I truly do. I don't give a fuck about the money, the fame, or whatever, all that stuff. It's like I just want to be able to do stand up as consistently as possible.
I wish I could have. That one place where we was at, I wish that would have filled up like it did when we was there the first time.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
We lit that motherfucker the fuck up.
Oh, Squirrel Hill?
Squirrel Hill, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they let me go first. I was tore that motherfucker up, D. I'm mad. I mean, I'm happy you all right, and I'm mad you wasn't there at the same time.
So you got like a nice. We want some, hunger with you. Like, you got a nice drive. Like, every open mic, Well,
that's what sucks is like now there's jokes I want to work on, but everyone at the open mics have heard them 5,000 times. So it's like I can't. It's hard I need to do new shit, and then so it's like trying to get that. It's so weird. But yeah, no, I do. I really love to do it. It's when I can.
What's the motivation behind it? Like,
the stand-up's like the reason I'm alive. Like really, like I was in a depressed hole at one point and just didn't really. Not that I didn't give a shit. It's not that I give a shit. It's just like I had no reason to wake up. You know.
It's a tough time.
Yeah, it's like why would I go work a shitty job all day
I feel
for
you.
some bullshit money so
I
that I
feel
can eat more food and die quicker? Like what am I doing? Like I don't know.
I 100% feel you.
So no, and stand up was I don't know. It's cool. I think it sucks. It sucks. I hate that. Like I want to do it. I tell everybody I meet, it's like if you cannot do it, don't. For sure.
I tell everybody try. Like shit.
Dude, fuck that. Why you tell people to try this shit? You don't want them to catch this bug, dude. Oh, hey, you don't get weekends. Hey, you want to date me? Oh, you don't get to hang out, dude. Every night I'm going out. We can, one day we can have a loving relationship. Yeah, you want your coffee at 2 p.m. when you're at work? All right.
What you doing tonight? Not tonight.
Yeah, I ain't going to bed when I come home. What do you mean? I just finished work. I need to chill, dude. I'm going to 4 in the morning. That shit ain't conducive to a good time.
I'm out here slinging jokes. I'm slinging jokes.
To the show with you.
I tell people that too. Like if you want to get on this grind, you gotta really do the shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you can't just splash out like you just want to be the person that shows up at the mall every now and again. No, this shit got.
Yeah, when you get your income tax.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta really be in different rooms and get your ass on the stage and make yourself noticeable around the right people.
You gotta learn one of the things that helped me, man, and like even to this day, I'm still learning. Like, you know what I mean? I'm still picking up shit. I'm still trying to figure out shit. You know what I mean? You just can't be settled. You can't settle. Once you settle, you're done.
You're done.
Like it's going to get old. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So yeah, I need to get back into writing more, but I'm still like watching everybody else and just picking up shit. Like
I'll pick up shit from every show I go to. I'll pick something up. Every show that I've ever been to, open mic, stand up, big stage, even if I'm fucking performing or hosting that night, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm still locked in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm paying attention to everybody that goes on stage. Like
that's
how locked in I be with it.
I feel like that's very valuable because that's what I did when I started out, just watching every single open mic. You learn a lot about what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
As well as what to do.
When you started a year ago, did you think you'll be where you are now?
I don't even know where I'm at now, dude. I'm just like, I feel like
You're out there.
Dude, the last year has been me being like, I'm excited to do the show this weekend. It's going to dry up after that. Like, that's like my entire.
I'm just saying, you work, you're funny as hell. You're up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, have fun.
Keep having fun. Keep working. Keep having fun, bro. You're one of my favorite comedians in the city right now.
I really appreciate that.
What's your ratio like? What's your crowd working and stand-up ratio?
So I would say a majority of the time, he was talking about that idea of going up on stage with just like out of plan type thing. Because of, in my mind, anytime I touch a stage, it's like a show for most of the time. The booker, it's like I don't want to disrupt their time or the audience's time, so I go out there with like a tight 5, like the tightest 5 I got. That it's consistent, word to word, pause to pause, all that kind of shit. And sometimes I'll react in that one. Like there's a joke I set up where I'm like, I work with a bunch of nerds. Some guy went woo, and I was like, oh really? Like okay, and that got a laugh. But it's like that little stuff I'll do. But I think now that I'm starting to get the opportunity to do 15 sets, I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna go out there and make sure I do this 10, and then have a good screw around. Because when I'll fuck around at like open mics and stuff. So much fun and I'll do crowd work open mics if no one gives a shit. Like how else are you gonna get people to want to care about you if you don't talk about the room? But yeah, so
I love crowd work.
It's so cool. It's amazing.
That's your shit. You proved that this weekend. You're the crowd working motherfucker.
That's amazing.
Big D is one of the only comedians I know that could call a room full of women.
I will fuck with everybody in the motherfucking
perfectly
room.
Fine, and we'll fuck with everybody in the room.
The way you kept repping on Cuz with the shirt.
I was so mad. He called him a light-skinned Steph Curry.
That's the
the dude with the leather.
I call him sour face. Yo, you ever see like someone getting shocked and their asthma just popped out?
Yeah.
Like his asthma just completely out his fucking head. Like he sneezed, them bitches is gonna fall.
Oh God!
He just hit a whole fucking limit.
You kept saying that to the shorty and shit. Like, damn, that's your nigga. You all that
He's fugly. That's your man.
That's
sour face.
That's such a cool skill because I love
He's
that.
a crowd killer.
Crowd work stuff's so sick.
so much fun to watch.
I want to do like a Christian set, do some crowd work, see how that get me.
Yeah,
That was my only stumble in the comedy game so far.
But
Is walking into a Christian set. That was one valuable lesson I learned about comedy, doing that set. And it was to motherfucking make sure I'm there at a good enough time to see what the fuck this room looks like. Cause I got on stage and old lady, church hat, old lady, grandma. And all I had was fuck, shit, bitch, dick. Shit like that.
you feel like you want to do it solo.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like I definitely learned that. I definitely learned that fast. Like that shit was an eye opener.
How long did you have to do?
Like 15.
Why didn't you sing one of your songs?
What happened? How'd that go? What did you open? Do you
Man,
remember
I don't know. I stumbled through that shit the whole way.
Did anybody
laugh
say
the whole way?
Yeah, did anybody say anything?
The only time they laughed is when I said old lady's wig looked like she's stuck in the wind. Because the shit was like pushed back. Like it was stuck. That was the only time they laughed. And I tried to talk about Kurt Franklin. I was around Kurt Franklin when he cussed the sun out.
They're like,
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Like so but I went back to Old Faithful, went back to the kid one with me taking my son to Taco Bell and shit. Letting the kid cuss and shit.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like so I stumbled through that, like, you know what I mean? So anybody seen my stand up from before that and on, they knew I stumbled and went right to Old Faithful.
I'm sorry, I am saying no.
Get this out of here.
I'm afraid to do like Christian, you know.
It's not hard. It's not because now I feel like if I know what I'm walking into, I know what I can do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know what I
I
can
can't
do.
talk naturally without cussing.
Me neither.
Like,
So I feel like where it gets crazy is the aspect of because they're signing up for a comedy show, and they might not know cussing exists, but they have to respect cussing exists in the world, you know. So I feel like if you cuss in a youthful way, like a good way, it won't matter.
Like you can say hell in church because
I'm saying you can probably get away with a fuck if you do it tastefully, like, in some type of way. Because if you convince them of you and then you start doing it, but I feel like where it gets weird is vulgarity. Like
as soon as I say-
if you're talking about sex or something, then it's like,
I say this motherfucker. That's, you know, that's kind of like,
They might not,
you could have said
Depends.
that. You could have said that, gentlemen.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can spread it out like in a punch. Like you could do something, say something. You could be like, what?
So,
The
what's
fuck?
your,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
how's your views on the cancel culture?
I think comedians are fortunate that if it happens to you, you're probably never gonna get a job in the real world, which sucks. If you ever want to give up, but if you get canceled and you're funny, I think it only helps you. But being funny is an important part that not a lot of people have.
yes, it is.
But yeah,
The way these jobs is looking now, they just be happy to hire any motherfucking
Oh,
body.
I went to Five Guys the other day. Them motherfuckers said 18 something like that.
Yeah, we'll give you a discount if you fill an app out.
I said to make a burger. Like shit.
They got a lady. They hired someone new on my job, and she's a cashier.
Sure didn't take them Joe Biden stickers down quick, didn't you? That was fuck. That's a political joke. Fuck y'all. It's cool.
Her arm was like,
canceled.
well, I'm definitely not saying what I'm about to say. Never mind. They hired a new cashier.
He did Kamala. He did Joe.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Yep.
Ain't no wrong with being Republican.
I did call Cabela Big Bird.
And a bitch. But you know what?
Big Bird is worse than the
Big Bird is worse than the bitch.
Like, honestly, no, honestly.
I called her follow that bird.
Yeah, Big Bird. Like,
I definitely think intentionality is the most important thing.
yeah.
But that goes so far. Like
but
when you're fucking with each other, now you're like,
I'm gonna say that too. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's one thing a lot of people miss is habit is a habit. You know what I mean? You're gonna do what you naturally do. You know what I mean? Fuck your surroundings. You ain't even like once you get comfortable and shit, you're gonna do you and shit. You know what I mean? So like I say, the way we talk, like the way some of the shit we say is habit. Like I say, I cuss every other motherfucking word and shit just because I had to throw motherfucker in there and shit because I was saying too many words about motherfucker cussing and shit. So I had to double up on motherfucker. Motherfucker.
At your funeral, weird question. At your funeral,
Yeah. this is
What?
weird.
you're going for a local comedian to do your eulogy. Who are you picking?
Oh man, look.
Changed in the years.
Yeah, but if I'm right now, it's like who my boys, who know? Probably Josh right now. Probably now.
Shout out to Josh.
And then there's a biography on your life.
Okay.
They have a celebrity that's doing your narrating your life. Who is it?
Narrating my life. Fucking, what's his name? Oh man, it was gonna be a joke, but then I couldn't think of the answer fast enough, so I was just dumb. There's that guy that did Affleck. That was my joke answer. I don't know. I would probably say like no, Leonardo DiCaprio, Nick Cage, some good actor. Because then they can just personify whatever's happening and effectively get the communication across.
In all due respect to Final Four, I want to change my answer because that's like a weak answer and shit. I want Dick Vitale to tell my narrative my story.
Dick Vitale.
I feel like
Oh, he got a dub, selling drugs, showing love, getting money, nothing funny.
Bobcat
Running.
He got a key, baby.
What?
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah.
It would be a good narrator for your biography.
Why is that?
I feel like because you're right. The way you done talked about is from you grew up, your upbringing, life in school and college. Just like it's a whole fucking disarray.
Going to Osawa.
Who else?
What is it called? What was the psychedelic called? You said
What?
Psychedelic.
Oh, ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. That sounds like a bug. All this shit you talked about, like Bobcat Goldthwait would be a good fucking narrator because it's like
Interesting.
there's never no fucking straight line. It's like broken paths, curve, straight, curve, broken line.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I don't know a ton about him. I met him once, and yeah, I'm good on that. But yeah,
you're younger, so yeah, he's an old school.
I heard he did a voice. You know, I don't know. I don't know
He had a
much
crazy
about
voice.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
He had a crazy
Yeah.
old
Is he
like
police guy or something?
police academy.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
Biodome.
a lot of he did a lot of movies. He
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right. We're about to wrap this up. So before you go, we got some questions that we have to ask. You know what I mean?
See, we should let Lavelle Crawford do your biography.
Shit.
Just so you had this part of it.
That's
Yeah, cause
He just want any lunch lady to do it. Like anyone.
he tell a different chef every butt. This food was good.
Damn. I thought you just said you was done.
I am done. You
No,
fired
fuck
on me
that.
though.
Fuck
You fired on me.
that.
You keep like throwing little missiles. Anyway, my fault. Let's close it out.
Question.
Let's close it out. Let's close it out. Pause.
Okay.
Top 5 comedians.
top 5 comedians of all of like.
Your top 5.
Your personal opinion. Your personal fact.
I want to do top 5 that I've seen, but
We can do that. Yeah, I mean,
okay, yeah, I can do both. Whatever, we'll do it. And so, if I guess top 5 comedians of all time, Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle, Louis C.K.,
No particular order.
Dave Attell, Dave Attell.
that's the name I heard a lot. I used to miss that late night with Dave. It used to be a funny ass.
I want to see him live so bad. Like if I don't get to watch him consistently work before I die, I'm gonna be very disappointed because it just seems so. Yeah,
Never see his show. He used to have a show. He used to be outside fucking. He used to go city for city, fucking with everybody, late as hell and shit. Like,
the way people discuss his work is that it's like every single aspect of a joke he figures out, and it's like even I watched a podcast he was on once, and he's like, they asked him if he still used a tape recorder to record his sets. He's like, no, but I should though. I can go out there and be like, don't worry guys, it's not a bomb. Like little shit that builds and just and he just does, and that's what's interesting. And I think that's why he's not famous, is because he's for funny instead of for you knowing who he is. He's just about the funny.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, and then that leaves me with one more. What other arguably indisputable? I don't know. So there's this like threshold. I feel like if you get above that threshold, everyone's great. So I mean, like, yeah, let's go Tony Rock. I really love that dude. That dude's so funny.
You ever see Tell's twin brother Earthquake?
I saw that special. It's funny.
It's fucking
cool. Stuck on the album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got one stand-up special, one music album to listen to. What would they be?
Oh God. I'd say
You know it ain't Craig Mack.
John Billion's The Human Condition.
Yeah, I definitely never heard of
Yeah,
it.
no, definitely not.
So
And,
definitely sounds like some stuck on the island type shit.
What type of music is it? What genre is it? Not to judge it.
Yeah, no, it's I don't give a fuck. Yeah. No, yeah, it's like I don't know. He the guy that John Bellion himself makes a lot of beats for people that make music and stuff, and so he just takes it like what he's learned with the ability of using a computer to make what I think he does a good job of expressing his soul through music, like throughout the entire each piece of work that he releases. It's interesting. Yeah.
Still,
It's weird. It's like I guess like electronic kind of like kind of thing. Not, I wouldn't even say techno because it's smooth. Like there's
not even like nowhere near dubstep.
no, definitely not. Like he raps a bit and stuff like that. So it's like yeah, and then it's very 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 vast. It's
what you
weird.
know about dubstep.
You'd be surprised, man. Evie's
It's a comedy special.
I'm not surprised. Double step to the buffet.
Comedy Central I've watched so many times already
Charles Dutton.
that like I've worked out too.
The Rock.
Sorry about that.
No, you're chilling.
You know,
You're good.
it's a little war in here. Ukraine and
It's
Russia.
amazing. No, it's beautiful.
But no,
Shane Gillis is live in Austin. That's the new one that came out this year. I've watched that so many times.
That's it. It's a nice. That's 277 episodes. It's two different things we've had. We ain't heard those two. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna check him out. Check out John Billion. I'm doing a week to know drug dealer music. Like,
I forgot you said that. He's doing
I listen to J. Cole.
See, I told you.
J. Cole's.
He trying to go on a straight path now. Like he did fucking 50-minute set, no drugs and shit.
Got you, man.
You gotta cleanse yourself, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Change yourself. I'm old.
So I knew there was a bad vibe in the air. But listen, the show was so good. I'm gonna say it. No, the show was so fucking good. We were so late, somebody died.
You should have said that. I'm glad you said that.
This how you had to say. Anyway.
Three last words,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, first, Mark, let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, let them know where
Yeah, I do podcasts with my buddy Josh. The guy that I would send to be my wedding, I do podcasts with him called Tubs in a Tub. We're both two fat dudes. Yeah, and then I'm on Facebook. You can add me on my comedy page. Mark Shimkets Comedy Reporting Arts. Then
Pop up
Instagram.
right there.
M Shimkets.
Right here now.
Can we say that spell one more time?
M Shimkets. SHIMKETS. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we'll just smoke that shot out. God damn.
Thank you guys for having me.
Fucking sound like a Kirby vacuum over there.
No one took cameras off.
Here we go.
Before we go, every time we close it out with what, Lo?
Three last words.
Three last words of your choice.
Me? I love y'all.
Like that.
Since I was on stage this weekend and we murdered shit, I'm back, bitch.
Are you still hungry?
Definitely am. I'm definitely hungry, but I wasn't going to say that.
I did.
I'm going to be petty. Oh, that was your. Fuck y'all both. That's my 3 words. Fuck y'all both.
Damn. We out this bitch, man. That's how we gonna close it out now.
I was going to
Appreciate you
discuss
coming.
the issue with this.
Appreciate y'all for
Pulling
having
up.
me.
Appreciate
Thank you
man.
very much. Episode
Grinding.
77. Keep grinding,
Shout out
cause
to
you know what I
y'all.
mean. We all gonna be on the card. Our flyer fit to be on Instagram and all that shit one of these days. Cause we gonna make some shit happen. It's a fact. Let's go. Smoked Out Shout Out episode
Cheers.
77.
Support, subscribe. We love y'all, man.
Church. We out this thing. You feel me?
Woo!
Hey,
Sorry about that. Is that on?